Hey, just wanted to give you a moment to explain this logo design concept for United Church. United Church is a church in South Carolina. They reached out to us because they had basically two churches coming together into one church. So two substantial churches that have been around in the area for quite some time, and they wanted to change the name of their church to United Church, just to represent this coming together of two communities to serve this city. So the reason they came to us is that they needed a new brand that would take that new name and create a look for it, not just a logo, but also colors and fonts. They also wanted us to work on their facilities. They were going to unite into one space as well. So we were able to work with them and design out their facilities to make it all branded in line with the new logo concept. So the logo concept is basically designed with a combination mark. So combination mark is what we like to use for a lot of our logo designs. Not everyone, but a lot of them. This one has the words to the right and the mark to the left. So when you put them together, it's a combination mark. There's a lot of brands out there that use a combination mark. Nike is a good one. You have the swoosh, but then you also have the word Nike. So a combination mark is very marketable. We like doing that for churches because it allows you to have different variations that you can use for things like merchandise, or you could use the entire version for the website or the entire version for maybe a video. But you can also use just the mark by itself. Maybe you put that on a t-shirt or a hat. It gives a lot of flexibility. So United Church, we designed the words to be very straightforward and bold. So we wanted to present this idea of stability. We wanted to create an idea of that United Church would be a guide to help people in their life. The audience who we're trying to reach with this design are people that are professionals in the area. So we have to shoot at something when we design. So what we ask, one of the main questions we ask is, who's the audience that you feel as a church you are best equipped to serve? And United Church said they were best equipped to serve people that were professionals in the area and that wanted to have something great for their kids. So they basically were parents and they had kids. So we designed this to really appeal to that group of people. Now, the thing is, whenever we focus our design, we actually become more attractive. So United is going to be more attractive to people that are seniors and single, and maybe even people that are, not within that professional demographic. Maybe they're not professionals. Maybe they're something different. So it's kind of counterintuitive, but when we focus, we actually become more attractive. So the design also has this mark on the left. And the mark is basically a group of lines coming down and a group of lines coming up, and they unite in the middle. So we love this concept, and the church leadership love this concept. It's representing the two communities, the two church communities coming together, and in the middle is this space, this unique space that represents the church. So they really like that concept. This is the variation that they like. In our design process, we typically provide three or so options. All three designs will check the boxes of everything we're trying to accomplish, but we're just going to come at it from three different perspectives. So this perspective was more modern, a little bit more corporate, and the church leadership felt that this was the direction that they needed to go in to reach these professionals, these parents that are business professionals. They're a little bit more, their target audience is a little bit more maybe well off. So they want to meet the needs of the community. They want to meet the needs that people have, but they want to brand towards the people that can fuel the needs. So that's one of the things with a lot of churches that we work with. We try to clarify, are we trying to brand towards people that are able to fuel the need, or are we trying to brand towards the need? Now, I think strategically, if you were to brand towards the fuel, then you can meet the need. The need's always going to be there. So that's just something to think about as you're maybe contemplating which direction to go with that. we recommend that you attract people that are able to help you accomplish the mission that God has given to you, and brand towards that, because the mission will be there. You'll be able to find it, and then be able to serve it. All right, so this is the logo design. The logo colors, the brand colors, are across the bottom. We chose red as a bold representation of the brand. One of the brands that we looked at in our research was North Face. North Face was kind of one of the brands that the church leadership said that their target audience would wear. So that's one of the questions we ask. Hey, what would your target audience wear? What would your target audience drive? And then through that, we get some ideas of like, hey, this is the direction that we need to go in for colors and fonts and the design itself. So North Face was one of those brands. This community is located between the mountains and the beach. So North Face is an active brand. It's an outdoor brand. We felt like that would. It's also an upper end brand. It's a little bit more expensive, and again, this target audience that's going to fit who they are. So we designed something in that direction. So we also want to make sure that there's some variations that allow this logo to be used on multiple types of media. So we created some variations for the logo that make sure it can be used without any colors. So just black and white, or just a mark by itself. We also gave a variation where we have a kind of a background behind it, a little almost like a badge type of a look. We like to create a badge a lot of times for our logo. Like one of the variations would be what we consider a badge. That way, it's marketable. The badge is something you can put on merchandise, all types of merchandise. And it creates a lot of flexibility with the brand. Now, when we do have a logo, we lock it down and we say, this is the logo. This is how we use it 100% of the time. There might be a few variations within that, maybe 4 or so variations of like, these are the different ways you can use the logo. But outside of that, like nothing else can be used. No, you can't squish the logo. You can't change the colors to the logo. You can't change the font. It's always used the same way every single time. And then over time, that builds trust and recognition. That's what the power of a good logo is. It builds trust and recognition. So we also like to make sure it can be used on different types of media. So everything from apparel to maybe media, multimedia, social media, videos, those type of things. Maybe there's some swag that you might give away as a church, or maybe sell in maybe a store of some kind. So we just want to make sure that the logo is able to be used in different types of media. And in order to do that, it has to be a vector-based logo design. So it's designed using a program like Adobe Illustrator. So we're not using Canva or Photoshop or pixel-based design tools. We're using a vector-based design tool that gives the logo a punchy look. There's no drop shadows or gradients. There's very limited colors. That's what the simplicity of this makes it sticky. So a logo design, the mindset of a logo design is simplicity. We need it to be sticky and almost like a rubber stamp that can be used on multiple types of media. That's what a good logo does. So as a design team, the Church Brand Guide team, we guide the church through this process. We start with strategy. We ask the right questions to help the church leadership think about things from a branding or a marketing perspective. From there, we then use our expertise to design in a way that will be it'll be flexible to be used on multiple types of media. So we want to set you up for success long term. So you build that recognition that you want. With United Church, we also design sub-brands for their kids ministry and their youth ministry, and we designed their lobby area so that everything was cohesive in the new space with the new branding. We helped them create a brand strategy that clarified next steps for the church congregation. So as the churches merged, we served as a way to take the leadership of the 2 different churches and unify them into a strategy, a brand strategy. So this included next steps, like what are the next steps for the church? Basically, there was 4 big next steps. 1 is to come to church, 2 is to get into a group, 3 was to go through their membership process, and 4 was to serve on a team. So that was basically the unified next steps for the marketing journey. Again, these are external communication points. Like how do we help somebody that doesn't know anything about the church understand the church quickly? Well, it's those 4 things: come to church, get into a group, go through our membership process, and join a team, and basically to serve in the church. So that's really simple. A lot of times churches are very complicated. So from an external marketing perspective, external communication, it just needs to be simple and consistent. So what you hear from the stage is what you see on Facebook or on the website. And so that's what we want to present: a very simple, unified message across all different platforms. So we helped them do that. We helped them nail down their values. They had values. We just helped them to simplify it and put it into one brand document. So we produce a brand guide, a brand document that's about 12 pages or so. For every client, every church that we serve, we do that. It includes your strategy and also your brand visuals, such as rules for how to use your logo, the values, the RGB, CMYK, and hex values for your colors, your approved fonts that comes in there in their brand book. So all that's included, and then we basically just help you get set up so you can be consistent for a very long time. So the result is when we do this, we were able to help United Church create a space, a new place that was going to be both congregations coming together into one place. It created momentum for the church. It created clarity, like this is who we are now, moving forward. So if people were part of the church for many years, part of either church for many years, they now knew that moving forward, this is the new church. And it was so clear. It looked beautiful. It looked trustworthy. It looked like the church knew what they were doing. The leadership knew what they were doing. It gave a lot of clarity towards the leadership of what's the right language and how do we do this. And we helped them create like taglines and some different things like that to create unity through the congregation. And then we then created some unified brands for the kids and youth ministry. So overall, it just creates momentum and clarity for the congregation moving forward, which ultimately leads to growth. So United Church is a healthy, thriving church in that community. Their branding is a big part of that to help them, present themselves well and in a way that's attractive and sticky. And it's been a wonderful experience for us to be able to work with United Church and their leadership and just help them to achieve the vision that God has given to them and to work towards that and create some momentum towards it.